After a number of sound checks.
Oh.
Welcome. It's like an office cold open now.
It's fine. We'll just wait. No, we can't because it's a podcast. Okay, bye. Love you. Do you need anything else? Just take your backpack.
This is really going to cut into my time telling you about crypto.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to hear about it.
Yeah. It's the next big thing.
Oh my God, I've never heard of it.
Anyways, bye, Aaron.
Bye, Aaron.
That was just wonderful. He said bye from outside. Yeah, welcome, baby queen to Léim Thart. Welcome back to Dublin.
Thank
Congrats
you.
on your first album, big tour. We've so much to discuss.
I know, right? It's crazy. It's like all intertwined and mumbled. Like it's just, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you nice and relaxed now before your show?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I am relaxed. I am relaxed. I need a little drink.
Yeah.
Know? I think
Gonna
that'll help.
unleash it all tonight?
I'm gonna have some baby Guinnesses, like.
Yes. Because I was going to actually start off with that. Firstly, welcome back to Dublin.
Thank
because
you.
I've seen you a few times before. The first was, as far as I know, I think you said it was your first time in Dublin. You played in Whelan's for the Road to the Great Escape.
Yes.
And at that point, I was aware of you for a few months, but I wouldn't say I knew too much just yet. I was already in town for like an early gig, and then my friend Lucy, who's a big fan and is coming to the show with me later on tonight.
Lucy.
She said she was going to see you at Whelan's, and I said, like, why not?
Why not?
Let's get a
Why
taster.
the hell not?
So you were there, you had just gotten your COVID booster vaccine the day before.
So unwell. I was so unwell. You know, I had to end up like cancelling every single gig after that gig because COVID vaccine plus baby Guinnesses. It was just like this. They didn't mix very well.
Yeah,
you know?
you got a number of baby Guinnesses delivered to the stage, did them. And on that note, this chat has been a long time coming because that was my first proper introduction to you. And that night I said out loud I was going to have you on. The very next day I started getting in touch with the right people.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I had other things in the way along the way. But a year and a half later,
here we are. We made it finally.
Yeah.
We made it.
And I remember teaching you some Irish that night. You learned how to say your name
Oh my God.
in Irish.
Did I actually?
You did.
And I now forgotten. I do know how to say Bjorn and year one.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were like listing ABBA initially.
No, I don't know. My manager's Irish. She's from Cork. So
Oh, yeah. That would be a Cork word. I think that's for like a good-looking person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bjorn is like, yeah.
But year one is definitely what you say when you don't know who the person is. And then your man, if it's a man. Year one for women.
Year one, your man. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to see. I think I actually have it here.
I remember this. Your hair was white. Oh my God, that's crazy. Is Misha? Is Misha baby queen, right?
There we go. She's bilingual.
I'm gonna say that on stage tonight.
Oh, the crowd will go.
I'm gonna
wild.
wait. Hang on, but let me write it down. I'm definitely gonna forget it.
I'll write it down.
We'll write it down at the end. We'll figure it out then.
Don't worry. So a lot has been going on.
Yeah.
Especially in that year and a half since then.
Damn.
So much music since then. But one thing I really want to ask first is, of course, you know, I've been doing my research ever since then. I've been keeping an eye on the music you put out, what people are saying. A word I see a lot describing you is anti-popstar.
Oh yeah.
And what does that mean to you?
You know what? This was like, I think when like my second or third song ever came out, like I did like one interview where I said the word anti-popstar, and it's just like become, you know, like you have this one interview that people just quote from forever.
Yes.
And I feel like it just became this thing, even though like, if you look up anti-pop, like if you go on the anti-pop playlist on Spotify, it's so not my music. Like it's very like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, but I'm not saying it as in like, that's the genre. For me, it's more like, this is pop music, but it's it's almost like defying the conventions in pop music that I think are really shit, you know, because I think there's some amazing pop music, and there is some brilliant pop music. But I think a lot of what pop music has come to represent is kind of like not good, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's just like, I think kind of just, sorry, I'm pop music is just, it's basically a shit. Like I hate pop music.
I suppose we were just talking before we started recording about, I suppose, a song that has been big in the last while, but you were saying how you didn't want to just have to like rely on TikTok to be the driving force behind success.
Yeah, and I think you mean like, I mean, I'd fucking love to have a song go viral on TikTok. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yes, please, you know what I mean? But I think at the same time, it's kind of like, I feel like there's like this thing that I've been straddling for a long time, which is like there's two different sides of the music industry. There's like the pop world of like Justin Bieber and like, and then there's, I mean, yeah, I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, but there's two different worlds, and it's kind of like, are you going to chase the art or chase the success, chase the, you know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
I could go and write an album of like pop hits if that's what I wanted, but it's
I would love to hear that anyway. I think it'd just be really fun.
I'll do it just for you.
Thanks. Are you going to announce it on stage in Irish?
Yeah, in Irish.
Yeah.
Is Misha Baby Queen.
There she is.
And I've got pop album coming out.
It's Shisha Baby Queen, is Misha Rory, Shaw Léim Thart.
Oh, let's go.
There we go. And we have landed finally at the first album.
Yeah.
We've had a few EPs, we've had some singles, but now we have the album freshly landed in the top 5 over in the UK. So that is just like mega support from fans.
It is, yeah.
Because definitely a lot of my Instagram feed is tailored to seeing like, I don't know, musicians and pluggers and managers and stuff like that. So almost every week I see the campaigns. There's always someone on week 1.
Yeah.
And so it's fierce. It's difficult.
It's really, really fierce, and especially in the fourth quarter of the year, because there's so much music coming out during that time. And yeah, it's intense. I think it's one of these moments that really shows the support of your fan base, because people can stream music and they can, you know, listen to it benignly online, but to actually go and buy a physical copy, or, you know, go get ready, leave the house and go to a show. I think that's like something that really shows just how much people care. And it doesn't have to be like thousands and millions of people for it to land in that spot. It just has to be like a few people that give so much of a shit that they want to see you do well, you know, which is amazing. Like, it's been surreal. I'm like, you know, it's been for me like a real moment of like, wow, like you guys are like real. This is like something really special, you know?
And they've all been showing up to all the tour shows, and in getting that top 5, I've also noticed there are so many cool versions, because you can get the CD, you can get the vinyl, but there's the version illustrated by Alice Oseman who wrote Heartstopper. There's the glow in the dark cover.
Yeah.
There's the purple vinyl dark cover. Which one is your favorite?
You know, my favorite, I think I worked so hard on that album cover, and it started with like a 100-page PowerPoint document of exactly what was going to be where. And I had this 3D scanner. I made the bedroom like in this 3D scanner app, and like all the dimensions and everything. I was completely obsessed. So I have to say, like, the actual cover that we ended up with, you know, the standard cover is like everything that I wanted it to be, and I'm obsessed with it. So,
and so many bangers that were already out, some that are new. I remember me and bringing it back to my friend Lucy, our first listen of Dreamgirl. We're in the car home from our favorite music festival.
No way.
So it was just like the perfect.
Oh, and did you guys like it?
I mean, we were broken.
We were broke.
We were broken, but we were just like, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Like, we stayed silent listening to it.
That's amazing.
And then as soon as it was done, we were like, hell yeah, album on the way.
Yeah, I'm
and then
so glad.
Definitely one that stood out to me. I don't normally do this, but for some reason on my first listen, I shuffled.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because I always wonder if my bias is being influenced
By the order.
by the order.
Yeah.
So every so often I just say, you have to just every so often pick an album and your first
Shuffle it.
listen has to be a shuffle.
Yeah, that's
so-
cool. I like that.
Yeah, and so initially Kid Genius stood out.
Yeah.
It jumped out at me and I loved it. And because always fan bases have such conflicting opinions, especially in the early days of like what is the best song, especially of the ones that aren't out yet, I wonder, am I picking a popular choice? Am I picking one that no one else agrees with? But then I was playing some songs around the house of yours and my dad started whistling along
Yeah.
to Kid Genius.
Oh my god.
That's the only one.
That's crazy.
When he starts whistling, that's a good sign.
That's confirmation.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's the same for me. I try to figure out where sort of the songs land, and my fans have done stuff before where they vote on their favorite songs, and I'm like, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kid Genius is one of my favorites. I love that song. I think it's just witty, and you know, I just love the way that the lyrics in that chorus. I've got to kick the habit of intelligence for the enigma. Talent is irrelevant. Reality. It was just like this perfect chorus arc, and I love it.
Such a great eye roll.
Yeah, it is.
Of a
It's like fuck TikTok. Like that's what it's saying, really. Like.
Yeah. And then in describing the album, I've got your quote. You said that you've always been really inspired by the dichotomy and tension between two opposite things, hence the name Baby Queen. And then that the album is creating a space in which innocence and experience can live side by side as two conflicting entities. And so if you had to pick one song, each to pick innocence and experience as opposites, which would they be off the album Baby Queen?
So I think, you know, a song like, I actually made this list on my phone. I think a song like 23 would be Experience, I guess. And Innocence, I would say, like, Grow Up, you know?
Yeah.
Although it is, a lot of them have innocence and experience both within them, you know? Yeah, it's a weird one. I think it's I did separate this in my notes app, and then I realized there was like a lot more of one thing than the other thing. But yeah, I think it's kind of all tangled up together because I'm kind of talking a lot about where I came from, coming from a place of innocence and existing in a place of having the experience of hindsight, you know?
Yeah.
Like in A Letter to Myself at 17, which is the last song, it sounds innocent, but it's a very experienced outlook on everything that I have gone through in the past few years, you know?
Yeah, I get that because I just turned 25 recently.
Oh, damn.
And so on that day, I listened to Secrets from a Girl
Yeah.
by Lorde.
Oh, amazing.
Because there's the line, couldn't wait to turn 15, then you blink and it's been 10 years.
Yeah, wow.
So it was quite the existential
Yeah.
thing. So I'm sure you
Yeah,
felt the
yeah.
same in the letter to yourself.
Yeah, very existential. I think this whole period of my life has been super existential, and I don't know if that ends, because I think as you're leaving childhood and almost like this blissful naivety, it's like you're just encroaching closer and closer to when you'll cease to exist. And I don't mean to get like super existential, but like that's it. Like that's what's so weird about like being alive, you know?
And in making this album, as part of your journey there, have to talk about how you have such a relationship with the mega hit Heartstopper. Like not only opening the very first episode, but then releasing Colours of You, more songs on screen, Nobody Really Cares, Pretty Girl Lie, We Can Be Anything, Buzzkill. Season 2, you were there yourself.
I was there.
And I suppose you and the show kind of grew at the same time, and you've become so intertwined together. How has that been, and like what kind of influence are you taking forward from it?
I think it's been so amazing. And, you know, when I first went down to watch like those first 3 episodes and my music was like already in there, I think what really struck me is just how, you know, how happy I am that young people have this show. Mm-hmm. And they have something like this, because I didn't have anything like this growing up. And Yeah, it's just been this like really symbiotic, almost like natural relationship. And I think that's when something really, really works, you know, is when it just feels really authentic, because it just, yeah, I think the worlds just merged really, really, like really well. And yeah, it's been incredible. And I think it's also brought so much love into my life and so much acceptance into my life that I think I've just finally reached this point sitting here right now where I don't have any like shame at all. Like I just fully like accept myself, which is not fully, but like but like yeah,
It's getting there.
yeah, it really is getting there, which is awesome. It's been a really beautiful experience.
Yeah. And then from stage to screen, you've been touring the album. This is one of the last stops for now in Dublin. You've been up and down the UK, sold out Kentish Town Forum. I could probably do the whole episode on that if we wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, I could speak about that for the rest of my life.
I'd say so. Your Instagram posts over the last few days have been wonderful. Now, the Dublin fans are waiting.
Yes.
I definitely saw a bunch of them outside
Yes.
on my way in. Now, the show will have happened by the time this comes out, but
Yeah.
I know that this isn't the last time we're going to see you on our little island. So I suppose next time you're here from going on this tour, all of these dates, what can fans expect? Like, what does the Baby Queen show entail?
A Baby Queen show entails, you know, I think it's just like fun. It feels electric, and I think that's what that Kentish Town show felt like tangible electricity. And it's kind of like I always want a show to feel like it's never too safe, it's never too put together. Something could go wrong at any point. It feels dangerous, and you know, it's just like it's a really fun time. That's what it is. It's a really fun. Sorry, that's my tour manager coming into the door. Hey, Aaron. Yeah, it's just a really. It's so much fun. It's so much fun, and I wish that I could watch a Baby Queen show, but I can't. Like never, and that's like yeah,
Twice.
Flex.
Absolute flex. This will be my third time now.
Let's go. I'm excited you're watching it. Like
yeah,
it's tough. It's tough in different venues. You know, I think like. It's weird. We did a sound check earlier, and it's kind of like there's so much bass because it's kind of like low ceiling and stuff. But it's gonna be great. I'm really excited.
Wonderful. Can't wait for the show later. Quarter Life Crisis, the album, is out now. Go get yourself a copy. We'll see you again here. Gurv Mila Mahagat. Thank you, Baby Queen, for coming on to Léim Thart.
Oh, I'll be back. Don't worry about it. I will be back. I want to go to the Leprechaun Museum. Great.